Got some annoying stuff to handle this weekend, so I'm going to keep the segments brief, maybe just today, maybe throughout the whole weekend. We'll see how things develop. A lot of people are talking about The Last of Us Part 2. Metacritic, reviews, roasting it, social commentary, roasting it, all that sort of thing. Today, I bring you something a little bit different. Bring you Japanese people's take on The Last of Us Part 2. If you saw my video the other day with Japanese people roasting that activist who tried to insult them, I say try because the insult really didn't go anywhere, and he got mercilessly roasted in response by the wonderful people of Japan. Well, here's what some of them have to say about The Last of Us Part 2 from this wonderful blog sent to me from my buddy Noruyuki. Shouts out. So, full disclaimer, some of the stuff being said on this blog is a bit too much to show on YouTube. I mean, I'll get in trouble showing some of the stuff that they are saying. But I took some screenshots of some of the select more family-friendly, jokes and commentary, posts that they're making over there. So we'll take a look at those, and let's just get right into it, I suppose. Welcome back. So we'll get to the comments, but first let me give you the context. While people on this blog, and there are over 900 comments by the way, people on this blog are talking about The Last of Us Part 2 overall, whether it is some of the gameplay, some of the reviews, the Metacritic reviews, and that sort of stuff. The context specifically for this post is the leaks from the other day. So this person posts the leaks on these two Imager links, and obviously I can't show those on screen. Maybe I could, but I'm not going to. If someone is shown on YouTube, then you might be able to find it on YouTube. Otherwise, just look up Last of Us 2 leaks. I think it's a bit much to show. I'm gonna be on the side of caution and not show those pictures. If you don't know what it is, it's two characters who are going at it. Two characters going at it, and it's pretty graphic. It's pretty detailed from what I saw, and it's definitely saw more than I wanted to. Let me just leave it at that. But I did click those two images, and unfortunately for my research, I had to do that. But yeah, man, that's the price I pay to bring you this coverage, I suppose. Now let's take a look at some of the comments. Okay, here's the first one. And let me remind you that I'm going to show some of the more PG ones at least. I mean, some of them are a little borderline PG, but I'm going to try to keep it as family-friendly as possible. And a lot of the comments were not family-friendly on that blog. So I'm going to show you screenshots. I'm not going to scroll through the blog because we get in trouble. Anyways, this one says, Naughty Dog says, we continue to push the boundaries of expression. So it's pretty funny. They also have this meme, and that's why I said, pushing the boundaries of PG, I suppose, because they're calling The Last of Us now The Last of AS, and there you go, S, or maybe adding the whole at the end as well. So memeing the name. Now, maybe this is already a joke that people have been using, over, in English comment sections and stuff like that. I don't really follow The Last of Us or The Last of Us 2. It's not my cup of tea. Never really played the games. I mean, if you're into it, that's totally fine. That's totally cool. Just not really my thing. So what I'm getting at is I don't know if this is already a meme that people have been using for a while, but I thought it was funny. Here's another version of that meme, renamed to the whole of Oof, The Last of Oof. And Oof is once again A-S, and then, wait a minute, add an S, and there you go. So it's just wordplay. The whole of that, The Last of that. You get the idea. Moving on. This person just says, I feel nauseous looking at those Imager links. We got another one. Oh, geez. Isn't it dangerous to put it in the bottom suddenly? Some of the humor from Japanese people, I just love it. Because it's straightforward, yet also just sarcastic enough. You know what I mean? It's great. And next, we got one more, I think. I think we have one or two more. I have no choice but to find it myself, but I hope it's a hoax. So I think this person is doubting that those Imager leaks. He wants to see if it's actually really in the game. He's hoping it's a hoax. It can't be real. Those leaks have to be photoshopped. There's no way Neil Druckmann would do that, right? Oh, well, have you seen what the guy's been tweeting and stuff lately? I mean, I don't think it's a hoax. I don't. Poor guy. Oh, and then we got this one. Let's take a look at this. What is burning overseas is that in the first place? What is burning overseas is that in the first place, such as swimmer gals in Japanese games. Okay, let me just explain this before we read it because the English is a little broken. And that might be the fault of the translation, of course. But this is comparing censorship from Sony to the Last of Us scene because Sony seems to love censoring things that really are questionable. Questionable if it needs to be censored. And that's putting it lightly. A lot of the time, I don't think they need to be censored. But Sony does it. But they were fine with this, apparently. So that's what this comment's getting at. Let's read. It says, what is burning overseas is that in the first place, such as swimwear gals in Japanese games are regulated because Sony and Steam are problems, but this is okay as hypocrisy. Journalists, also Final Fantasy VII, this is a stupid thing, though you can lower the score against Tifa's miniskirt, right? So again, you get the idea on that. Of course, that's just my opinion on their take. Maybe I'm wrong. I think that's pretty accurate, though. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. And I'm going to wrap this segment up there. As I mentioned, keeping it pretty brief. I might do an extended segment coming up, though, with this comparison, because this is pretty big. A lot of people are talking about this specifically, the hypocrisy of Sony. So that might be a segment coming out in a few hours. We will see. And I'm going to leave it at that for this one. Thank you for tuning in.